In this video, I'm going to show you the one PS5 setting that is actually draining your DualSense controller battery and is forcing you to charge the controller more frequently than usual. Now, believe it or not, the PS5 DualSense controller can actually last up to 12 hours on a single charge. The problem is that many users have noticed that over time, their PS5 controller battery is no longer lasting quite as long as it did before. And unfortunately, with more updates and additional features added to the PS5 controller since launch, this problem is actually pretty common and even more noticeable with the new DualSense Edge. But the good news is there's actually a really easy way to increase the DualSense battery life if you just follow these very simple steps. Number one is that if you're not using a headset while playing, I actually recommend setting the microphone status to automatically mute when logging in. To do this, go to your PS5 sound settings, select microphone, and set microphone status to mute when logged in. For many users, this is the one thing that is significantly impacting your battery life, and that's because unless you're using a headset or the DualSense microphone is muted, the PS5 controller is going to be constantly listening for voice commands, which means that your controller will be using a lot more battery just to support a feature that you may or may not be using. The best way to do voice commands on the PS5 when not using a headset is to unmute the controller when using the voice command, and again, hit the mute button once the voice command is executed. Now, the next thing I recommend is reducing the volume of the DualSense controller speaker, or again, simply use a headset for all of your audio, which will disable the controller speaker automatically. To do this, just go to your PS5 sound settings, select volume, and you can adjust the DualSense controller speaker to a much more conservative setting. Now, the last and final thing you should do is try changing the DualSense haptic feedback and trigger effect intensity from the default strong setting to medium. You can do this by accessing the DualSense settings within the PS5 control center. And what this is going to do is slightly reduce the DualSense controller effects while substantially increasing the overall battery life. You can also try using the low setting for maximum battery saving benefits. However, I find that the medium setting works best by providing a good balance of effects performance as well as efficiency. But those are the top things that I recommend to increase the DualSense controller's battery life, and if you just follow these very simple steps, I can guarantee your PS5 controller battery is going to last a lot longer. As always, make sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell for post notifications. I'll see you guys.